This is all about how it is that we find ways to work together to tap the capacity that we have individually, but even more important, to tap the capacity that is there when any group of individuals comes together to face whatever the challenge, issue, or the opportunity or the initiative might be. And the last thing I'll say before I introduce my colleague Cheryl Gorman is another compelling part of this approach for me is that it is very much based on a foundation of building from strength. It's very much an appreciative approach that recognizes that there is that capacity in our situations for building on strength and moving forward. And I like that because I find that it doesn't work very well if we start planning what we're going to do from too much time on what's not working. This is all about finding what's working, engaging with one another, and really creating what it is that we need to create that's going to help us to move forward and embrace the future. And I believe deeply in my heart that this is the way for libraries to become central in their communities and to be the leaders in community development coming out of serious work in community engagement. So Cheryl, as I've already indicated, has been working with staff as well as members. She's been at this conference. She's going to be in Las Vegas with us as well. And she is a coach with the Harwood practice. And I think the best way for you to know what she's bringing is to have her tell you that story. So I'm going to turn the session over to Cheryl Gorman.
My responsibility at Harwood is around creating training and coaching. That's what the Institute does, around how to help communities work together in a different way that starts with the aspirations of the community as the North Star and the first thing that they pay attention to, and then all the work from that point forward is really based on those community aspirations. And we're going to start with where all of the Harwood work begins, which is a question around what are your aspirations for your community. And those aspirations are really critical because they're things that are real, that people will go to bat for. They're willing to stick with it and put their personal time and energy behind, as opposed to a visioning session, which can be oftentimes very blue sky and maybe not very connected into what's going on around you, or a session that starts with identifying the needs or the problems. Once you start with problems and needs, you can never get back to aspirations. And quite honestly, if you think about yourself and what keeps you going every day, it's those aspirations that really motivate you. So we have to start there.